Coming up on UT 10 News, a look at how students gave back to the community in a big way.
And we'll also check out a food fight at Ottawa East.
Plus, Stephanie Spencer has highlights from the WNIT. Your news in 10 minutes starts now. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mackenzie Keyline.
And I'm Heather Klatt. Updates have emerged about the fatal stabbing that occurred at iHouse this past December. The toxicology report of Josiah Galat was released on Thursday, and Kiera Harris is live in the newsroom with more information. And Kiera, what did the report show?
Well, Mackenzie, the coroner's report stated that the synthetic drug 25I played a part in the stabbing. On December 18th at the Horton International House, roommates Josiah Galat and Eric Littleton engaged in an altercation, leaving Galat dead and Littleton severely wounded.
I've suspected for some time that there were drugs played some role in this, and it's important to kind of get that information out to the students that these drugs, these designer drugs in particular, are incredibly dangerous.
25I was first developed in Germany as a treatment for depression and schizophrenia. Now a street drug, 25I has found its way to the United States, affecting cities such as Houston, Birmingham, and now Toledo.
Just like LSD, the synthetic LSD is what I've read. It also can produce violent tendencies and incredibly strong hallucinations.
There's been no word on if Eric Littleton also used the drug or how it was obtained. Live from the UT 10 newsroom, I'm Kiera Harris.
Thanks, Kiera. Campaigning continues this week for the student government presidential elections. Candidates met yesterday for their first ticket debate. The event was sponsored by the Independent Collegian and held in the Student Union Ingman Room. The Dikey Wilson and Cramp Jensen tickets debated their platforms for students. Topics discussed were rocket pride, retention rates of the university, and how SG can reconnect with the student body. Current Vice President and presidential hopeful Chris Dikey says why he thinks these debates are beneficial.
It's very important that students actually get educated on both tickets, so when they go to vote, they know exactly who they're voting for and why they're voting for that person.
Voting will take place on the MyUT portal from April 1st through the 4th. UT students were giving back to the community in a big way.
And I had the chance to see the big event unfold. Over 1,200 students came together on Saturday for one big day of thanks. Originally started in 2001, the big event has been growing since its revival in 2009 and is currently the largest community service project at UT.
You don't really get off campus and go out into the community and see what it's really like, and so I think it's awesome to kind of bridge between the community and the manpower that the students have.
Students went around the Toledo area to help residents with projects ranging from painting to yard work to heavy lifting and even some demolition. Although students forfeited sleeping in, community members appreciate their hard work.
It's spring, it's time to clean, and I'm a single person right now, so all the help is really helpful for me right now.
Especially since they've taken their Saturday off and they're doing this as volunteers. I think that's a great idea.
The big event participants volunteered at over 40 different locations throughout the Toledo area and contributed over $120,000 worth of service.
Oh, the places you will go when celebrating Dr. Seuss's birthday. UT Center for International Studies and Programs helps local kids explore the world on Friday. 62 international students shared their culture with over 250 children at the Toledo Boys and Girls Club. The kids experienced traditional music, art, and food from countries such as Saudi Arabia and Germany.
We're hoping that they just get excited and see, oh wow, there's so much more outside of Toledo, Ohio, and that they have the opportunity to make some international friends today.
The boys and girls also created a passport to track their journey around the world.
The Muslim Student Association brought Islamic awareness to UT. Last week, students shared their culture on campus. With the theme Islam Around the World, MSA held daily events to showcase their religion. Activities included prayer gatherings, lectures about social politics in Islam, and free food. The highlight of the week was the announcement of a new prayer room. After a year of petitioning, the room has been moved from its old location in the Student Union.
Before in the old room we had to wait for one another, which was very inconvenient, and now I'm glad that it's bigger and no one will have to wait and we probably wouldn't be late for classes.
The new prayer room is now available for students in Schneider Memorial Room 1220. UT students and staff cooked up some competition in the kitchen. The university held its own version of the Food Network's Iron Chef America.
5 teams competed in this year's UT Iron Chef, creating their own unique dish, but with a twist. They had to use potatoes. The Iron Chef competitors gathered at Ottawa East Cafeteria on Wednesday to show off their cooking abilities. Teams had 60 minutes to prepare a non-dessert dish of their choice that included the secret ingredient potatoes. Teams consisted of 3 students, 1 advisor, and a chef from UT Dining Services. A panel of 13 judges from the Toledo area evaluated the dishes based on quality of flavor and taste, creativity, and presentation.
One of the things I like to do is create fun events that happen in the residence halls, and I think we're starting a tradition that could be really fun every year.
The winning dish in the competition was the double-stuffed red-skinned potatoes from the Multicultural Leadership and Service team.
Kind of felt relieved. I mean, we were thinking like, you know, was our dish good enough? I mean, a lot of other teams seemed like they had really good ideas.
This dish will now be offered in UT dining halls. I'm Jason Ozenball for UT 10 News.
I'm Stephanie Spencer, and this is your UT 10 Sports. Despite not getting a bid to the NCAA tournament, the Rockets were looking to prove themselves in the WNIT. The women started on Thursday hosting Butler in round 1. Senior Nama Shafir starts the game off with this assist to Inma Zanagara, who puts up a smooth jump shot. Janelle Reed-Lewis takes it all the way to the paint with this hard layup, running over Butler defenders, giving the Rockets an early 8-2 lead. Shafir drains this jump shot from the top of the key, adding to her 17 points for the night and putting the Rockets up by 3 at the half. Coming out of the break, Yolanda Richardson catches this pass from Inma and floats the ball in for an easy 2. Butler's Mandy McDivitt answers with 2 back-to-back three-pointers, but the Rockets prove to be too much for the Bulldogs when Yo-Yo makes the Rockets' 10th steal of the game and dishes it to Andola Dorch, who serves up a fake and 2 points. Inma knocks down her 16th point of the night, sealing the victory for the Rockets with this 3 to close the game with a final score of 63-49. Coach Cullup credits the team's fundamentals for the win.
I'm very proud of our rebounding effort, 17 offensive rebounds tonight, and to beat them on the board by 6. We had to do that. And then to make sure the second half that we just buckled down a little bit more and didn't give up as many threes as we did the first half.
With that win against Butler, the Rockets moved on in the tournament and hosted Youngstown State in game number 2. The Rockets waste no time as Nama Shafir finds Inma Zanagara, who drives through the key to get the easy bucket. Later in the first, YSU's Sheree Davis shows no mercy, taking down 2 Rockets on her way to the basket, making the score 6-2 Toledo. Now check this out. Andola Dorch gets some help from YSU's Brandy Brown, bouncing the ball off of her back, then putting it in for 2. After the half, it's Youngstown's ball, but not for long, as Inma swats away a pass and she's off to the races, finishing with this layup, adding to her season high of 24 points. Brown tries to rally back for the Penguins, draining this bucket from the arc, but it's too little too late for Youngstown State, as Shafir fakes a pass and lays it in for 2, racking up 14 points for the night. The Rockets will send the Penguins waddling back to Youngstown with a final score of 61-43. Coach Cullup explains why her team will be going to the 3rd round.
First half, we didn't shoot it particularly well, turned the ball over a little bit more for my liking, but I thought our defense prevailed, and that's been what we've hung our hat on all season. That's why we won today, and we're glad to be looking forward to the 3rd round.
It was just announced last night that the women will play Illinois from the Big Ten in the 3rd round of the tournament.
Do we know when the game's going to be?
Yeah, it's going to be Thursday at 7 over at Savage, and once again, students are getting in for free.
That's awesome. Thanks, Steph. That's it for UT 10 News. For the latest breaking news from campus and bios from all UT 10 reporters, go to our website, ut10news.com.
And you can always watch our award-winning newscasts on YouTube and Facebook, where you can get caught up on all of your campus news whenever you want. For Stephanie Spencer, Heather Klatt, and all of our crew, I'm Mackenzie Keyline. Have a great week and stay tuned for more news from the UT campus.